On one of our podcasts a few weeks ago, on a Stronger Us podcast, we're discussing God's design for marriage, and it was brought out that God created all things and said that everything was good, and then not long after brings out that something wasn't good. Said it's not good for man to be alone. And God designed a helpmeet. And I want to just bring out today how important that relationship really is and companionship. And I know that the Bible talks about that God created woman for man so that he could have a companion. But I believe that relationship in general needs to be the takeaway from that scripture, that it's not good for man to be alone. I believe that we need relationship. I love reading John Maxwell. One of the things that he brought out that everybody pretty much has quoted and knows is that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So I would argue that really relationship, that is a big part of whether you're going to be effective with people, is if you're able to build relationship with them. John Maxwell writes in his book, 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader, a few things that I would like to bring out today on relationship. The first thing that he writes is a quote from Albert Einstein. "Strange is our situation here upon earth. Each of us comes for a short visit, not knowing why, yet sometimes seeming to divine a purpose. From the standpoint of daily life, however, there's one thing we do know, that man is here for the sake of other men." I'd like to encourage you here today, don't live a selfish life. Live a life for others. Be others-centered. I brung out here, it's been a couple weeks ago in a devotion, how that if you want to have joy, the acronym for joy is Jesus first, others next, and then yourself. So the daily takeaway here in John Maxwell's book, he writes about relationship here. He says, in a short story titled "The Capital of the World," Nobel Prize-winning author Ernest Hemingway tells about a father and his teenage son, Paco, whose relationship breaks down. After the son runs away from home, the father begins a long journey in search of him. Finally, as a last resort, the man puts an ad in the local newspaper. It reads, "Dear Paco, meet me in front of the newspaper office tomorrow at noon. All is forgiven. I love you." The next morning, in front of the newspaper office, were 800 men named Paco, desiring to restore a broken relationship. Never underestimate the power of relationships on people's lives. I want to encourage you here today. Don't be an island. Don't allow yourself to be isolated. God didn't design you that way. Reach out. Reach others. Be others-centered. God bless you.